Yo, 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 yo.
You got me on. Oh, put your headphones on. We back in the building. Hold on. It's a party.
Check.
It's a party. I don't know, for whatever. I think I still use some speakers or something.
What, you hear my speakers?
Yeah. All right, so go ahead. I'm gonna do the little pre-intro. Just let everybody know, man, it's been a minute. We back in the building. J Hill Pod or J Hill Live. Yeah, it's about to be a lit day. Look, I got water today because I want to be sober. There we go. Now that's it.
I ain't even getting nothing to drink. I need me something to drink. I got a empty glass.
Oh, for real? Hold on. I got some somewhere around here. I got that bottle of Uncle Nearest all the way in the corner, but I ain't touching that.
Wait, what's that?
It'll be Uncle Nearest is whiskey. Just Google it. This is a black-owned whiskey brand. We'll get into it. But go ahead, Jay. Do your thing, bro. We here for you.
Yo, hey, man, it's been a long day, bro. I've been traveling all day. I've been driving hours away. I just drove hours back. So, hey, I'm here. I'm just present, man. Let's get this thing started, man. I'm about to watch the game tonight. Playoffs is here, baby. It's lit. Like, you feel me? It's a good time, man. What's going on with you? How you feeling?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. So, you trying to tell me tell me who to bet on? Cause my homeboy forced me to download FanDuel, so I need to know some winning bets. You got to give me some winning bets. I
mean, I say bet on. Oh, go ahead.
No. I don't know. So I'm listening to you. You telling me what to do.
I say bet on the Cowboys just because they've been putting up some numbers, and Tom Brady been looking bad this season, man. But I do want Tom Brady to win. I'm pro GOAT. Everybody be like, they don't understand why, but I'm pro GOAT because I'm gonna be a GOAT because I'm the GOAT.
Okay, let's do it.
What's going on with you, dog?
Hey, man, I'm working like a slave. You feel me? Stacking up this bread. I'm enjoying the peace and quiet because the first of the year, none of my other shows is popping. So like everybody been on vacation, so I just been sleeping and chilling, right, yo. I've been out. Like, my mom's birthday was last week, so we had to take her out to dinner and buy her stuff and all that. So it's been good, bro. Chilling.
Nah, I've been working for sure. I've been busy. Amaya been busy, so it's been crazy. Like I was honestly was gonna say, man, maybe I should take a nap and just miss this one, but like, nah, I'm here. Let's get it done.
Yeah. There's too much stuff to talk about.
What we talking about today, man? What we got?
The world has been going crazy. Now, I got a rundown that's a little lengthy, but most of this stuff we not going to give too much energy to. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff we going to get in and out, and we going to move on. You know what I mean? But, like, the first thing I want to jump into is this kind of conversation that happened between Big Scar's family and Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run into it and then we can get on.
About obituaries and flowers, boo. This ain't here with no obituaries and flowers, boo.
So like what she said, hold on, I think I got the other video where she talking more detailed. Let's go.
Like I said, Gucci ain't help with Gucci ain't help with Gucci ain't help with Gucci ain't help with time I don't give a fuck about no receipts with no funky 10,000. They want enough. My brother's funeral was 60K and all 10K.
All right, so all right, I'm gonna get mine and then you can jump in. The only reason why I wanted to talk about this is number one, we both, Jay Hill and I, come from a city of very aggressive, emotional, you know what I'm saying? We good people, but like when it come down to dealing with grief and dealing with our family, we be having really strong opinions. In that particular moment, I feel like that young lady in her grief didn't recognize the difference between what reality versus expectation. It's her brother. She loved her brother. He passed away. She want to send him off, you know what I'm saying, with the best of the best. And I get that, and I respect that. But baby girl, it is no one's responsibility to spend, you know, your brother might be worth 100,000. He might be worth $1 million. But but everybody don't got $1 million or 100,000 to put towards a situation. Right. You know what I mean? This young man lived his life. He passed away, unfortunately, at a crazy time. And the fact that Gucci Mane took the time to put any bread up, he just signed it. That's like go get mad at McDonald's. You working at McDonald's, you pass away. McDonald's supposed to pay for your funeral? Like, yo, that's not real, bro. Like, my job ain't gonna pay for my funeral. Jay Hill job not gonna pay for his funeral. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like she, in her grief, I'm gonna say this is grief. She lashed out of anger. You know what I mean? She's missing her brother, and she took it out on Gucci Mane and his family in 1017. I felt like that was inappropriate. You know what I mean? And the only reason why I brought that up is because I want people in our community, people that's from the streets that tap into us, to like, yo, like, we got to stop that, bro. We got to stop the people that's up here that might give us opportunities and show us love. Stop trying to put them in some space that they have to do something that if you was in a position with Switch, you wouldn't do for yourself. Or let's be real, shorty, you not in a position to spend 60,000 on your brother. That's your brother. That's your blood. So if anybody should feel obligated to give all of this, it should be you. So what do you have ready to support that loved one that passed away? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to go at her or disrespect her. I'm just saying, like, that's just my perspective. So, Jay, how you feeling?
I think you're right. You hit it the nail in the coffin right there. I feel like a lot of people, if people gonna have anything, man, I swear they're gonna have the audacity. That's the one thing they're gonna have. I feel like people always gonna tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do, right? But they ain't doing nothing themselves. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about some 10 bands. Like, 10 bands is, bro, it's something. You know what I'm saying? Even and I think the record label put up another 10. So it's like people just be rapping. And people be wanting, what people be doing for real, people be clout chasing. Like, people want to throw a narrative out there, hoping that the media gonna bite and they can get a couple followers from it. Hopefully they can get some interviews and they can get some money behind it. Everybody want to be in front of the camera and be in front of the spotlight. When really, you say it's about your brother, but is it really about your brother? Because if it was about your brother, you would be appreciative of what anybody give you. And I think that his father went over there saying, like, Gucci did do something. Like, first thing, he didn't give nothing. Now it was $10,000, ain't nothing. Like, people be crazy. So I feel like, I don't know, like, for me, when I saw it, I just was like, bro, it's sad because, like, one, y'all should have life insurance. And I understand that's a touchy subject because, like, I mean, I just got life insurance not too long ago, to be honest. And I understand when we, as entrepreneurs, as young black community, like, it's so many things that go into it to just to explain why we don't have it. And I understand it, and although it's understandable, but these are the things that we gotta worry about, and these are the things that we gotta look at and say, well, you know, let me do better, let my brother be a catalyst to me doing better, or let my brother be a beacon of light, so I know what to do now from now on, right?
Facts.
Like, so I'm not saying that I'm not downing anybody for not having it. I just feel like we should learn from these things. You know what I'm saying? Let him be the learning experience. Not saying that should happen, but it's just like, bro, come on, dog. Like, this don't got nothing to do with Gucci. Like, Gucci don't got shit.
Facts.
Like, it happened. It's unfortunate, but come on, bro. Like, and he did something. He did more than probably your family members did, your close relatives.
That's
so the fact that you want to get on the internet and bash this man, niggas be man, niggas is crazy. Like,
and y'all closed the door of opportunity of things that could have happened later on. If y'all had kept y'all mouth shut, he might have came down and supported y'all, or he might have came through town and put the whole family on to do something. Like, by y'all just attacking, y'all closed doors of opportunity that you could have had. You know what I'm saying? Who said that Gucci didn't want to come to the funeral and want to spend time with your family? Who said that? But he's definitely not going to come down and y'all threatening his life and saying all this crazy stuff. It's like, man, like, come on now. That's just insane. So, like, you know, I want to move on from there, bro. If y'all got comments, please jump in the comment section. Hey, y'all know how we do here. We all about showing love and reading into the comments. But Lizzo had something to say to the public the week before last, and I think we need to hear her out.
Discourse around bodies is officially tired. The discourse around bodies is tired. I have seen comments go from, oh my gosh, I liked you when you were thick, why'd you lose weight, to, oh my gosh, why'd you get a BBL? I liked your body before, to, oh my gosh, you're so big. Ooh, you need to lose weight, but for your health, to, oh my gosh, you're so little. You need to get or titties or something, to, oh my gosh, why did she get all that work done? It's just too much work. Are we okay? Do you see the delusion? Do we realize that artists are not here to fit into your beauty standards? Artists are here to make art. And this body is art. And I'm gonna do whatever I want with this body. I wish that comments costed y'all money so we can see how much time we are fucking wasting on the wrong thing. Can we leave that shit back there, please?
Let me give her a hand clap.
Why are you giving her a hand clap? What we clapping about?
I'm giving a hand clap for her making a very, very good statement. Yo, shout out to SH007ER. Shooter 7. Shout out to you, bro. And Aquarius MC. Now, the reason why I gave her hand claps is, number one, she made 2 important statements. Yo, number one, why are you putting expectations on artists? Bro, artists create. That's like me going to Jay Hill and being like, bro, why you ain't making better cakes? What do you mean, bro? That's not his responsibility. Conduct great interviews. How about that? Yo, how about, still be a model? Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep combing the hair with the 360 waves. Like, that's what my man is known for. Yo, stop trying to put expectations on people that's not. Lizzo did not get into the music game to be a health guru or to be like a fitness guru. She came to music to sing. That's what she came to the game for. So, like, for her to be pissed off because people are telling her, yo, you not doing this, you not doing that. Shorty, I'm not here for that. I didn't come. That's the first point. The second point is, it's her body and her life. I understand everybody got their opinions, but as I said on Twitter, and I say this a lot on Twitter, at least once a year, fuck y'all skinny niggas, man. Excuse me, let me stop. Bump y'all skinny dudes. It's like anybody that weigh less than 150 pounds feel like that they are entitled to come and have an opinion about somebody that does not look like them, that's skinny as them. Bro, let people live their life. If she is happy doing her thing, she happy doing her thing. Like, I ain't worried about it. Let me guarantee you something. Somebody clapping them cheeks, bro. Somebody clapping them cheeks. It ain't gonna be me, and definitely ain't gonna be Jay. But because he married.
Niggas love the thick girls, man. Niggas act like they don't. Niggas love the big bone women, man.
You know what city we come from?
Yeah, niggas be acting like they don't. They love big girls, man.
Y'all calling her phone after 10, talking about the slide through the slide in. Y'all know what it is.
Facts.
So
people be having them bodies that they ain't telling nobody. Like, that's what it is. But I don't know if I want to give her a round of applause though, because like, and this is something that we got to get used to. Just like we can point to the average motherfucker and say, yo, stop giving us expectations or having expectations for us. It's like, well, you became a celebrity. We ain't asked you to be a celebrity, and when you become a celebrity, you gotta prepare for public opinion. It just is what it is. You put yourself in that room. You feel me? So it's like, if you're a celebrity, anything you do, right, or will do, will be what used against you in in the court of public opinion. And that just is what it is. That's what you sign up for.
That is a fact.
Right. So it's like, I get it's frustrating, but I guess feeding into it is just, I don't know, it's making you look worse to me, in my opinion. Right? Do I think people should stop having expectations for celebrities? Absolutely, because celebrities are average. Every day, they're not average, but they're regular people just like us, right? They're human beings just like us, and when you are a human being, you can go through something. I'll never forget when the situation with Fabulous and Emily B came out, right? And I guess he knocked out our tooth. I was so upset. I was so distraught. I'm like, oh my God, like that's Fab, that's my man. How the hell he could do something like that? And I'll never forget, I was in the studio with Eddie. Shout out to Eddie from DTLR, right? And he was like, bro, like, why you so invested in it? Like, why do you think just because he's Fabulous don't mean he can't do nothing, he can't do anything bad? Like, bro, they are people just like we're people. And when he said that, I'm like, oh wow, because it really upsetted me, because like that was one of my favorite rappers, and when I seen it, it was like, I was so disappointed. He like, yo, how can you let somebody you don't know disappoint you? Like, come on, bro, do better, basically. And I'm like,
ooh, shout out to him. That was hard.
Yeah, no, facts. So ever since then, like, I look at everybody like they regular, because they can do some fucked up shit, they can do some good stuff, and it don't make them more or less of a human being, or, you know what I'm saying, like, or any better or worse than anybody else. So that's why I don't give nobody expectations. But to be in a spot of having celebrity, you know what I'm saying, and then complaining about it, I mean, you signed up for this. Ain't nobody forced you to do this. So, I mean, that's my opinion about it.
Okay. I guess I can't be mad at that. All right, we're gonna move to into a deeper, darker criminal link. Uh-oh. You know what I'm saying?
Served with papers for back child support, and I had been giving her money the whole time. I would just give her cash. I would send it to her account, but I wasn't paying it through the state. Like whenever, so they basically went in and said, all right, well, you didn't pay the state of Illinois, so basically you didn't give her nothing. And I'm telling the judge, like, look, I got documents. These are receipts from cashier's checks. This is over $1 million I've given this girl. They're like, no, that was a gift. If you didn't give it to the state of Illinois, that was a gift. I'm like, are you serious?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something, my bad. This is something I learned about a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You know what I mean? My oldest brother had my nephew early before he married my sister. You know what I mean? And before they got married, you know what I mean, my father had a sit-down discussion with me and my brothers. And he was very clear in telling us, whenever you have a situation, if you were to bear a child out of wedlock, you know what I'm saying, you need to make sure you are documenting in very specific, clear terms what money you are giving the young lady for. So you don't give her cash, you give her a check, and then you write at the time, this was like the late 90s, so it was like, yo, you put in a memo for the child support. If you're not going to go downtown, whenever you give that young lady money for that child, you clearly identify what that's for. So you don't, if you do not give her cash, you give her either a cashier's check, or, you know what I'm saying, or you give her a check and you write in there what it's for. The reason why is for situations just like that. So he can come and say all the time, well, look, I did a bank transfer for this, or I did it. But if you don't identify the reason why you giving that money, then it is a gift. It goes back to us men needing to be more responsible and more responsible with what we do with our money and our penises, and less cavalier about how we approach life. Life is real whether you think it's not. Life is real whether you think it's a game or not. Life is real whether you want to take it serious or not. So, like, whenever decisions are made and a child is born, or you take on a job or whatever, yo, be mindful what you doing with your bread and how you moving, because it has real life consequences. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get deeper into that later on into the show, but I definitely want to hear Jay. You know what I'm saying? What did you feel about that?
So wait, he thought he was paying child support even though he wasn't on child support.
Correct. He was giving her money for the baby, and he thought he was doing his thing as a father. So when she decided to take him to court when the child was like 16, 17. So what they do is in court, they'll say, well, the child is 17. Well, you owe money for every year of that child's life until that child is 18 years old.
Well, he had to do back pay for child support?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So the money he gave her, null and void. You owe X amount of. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna go through your how much you made throughout that time period, and they're gonna say you owe this percentage for this child, or if there's more than one child, there's X percentage for each child based off of your pay. And hey, you owe this now, and until you pay it, you might go to jail. We might take your driver's license. Let me tell you something, man. The United States government, the federal government, do not play about that child support. The state government, whoever is in charge of that. So, like, shout out to Shooter. He said, I needed to hear that. Yes, sir. If you have impregnated a young lady or if you have a child, yo, I don't care how cool she is. She's the greatest person in the world. I get you on that. Still play your part. Play your position. Be safe. Always take care of yourself to make sure you don't put yourself in some crazy position where it could come back and bite you in the rear end. Because y'all can love each other today, and it could be all war the next day. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm not trying to say that. It's just like you go through stuff. Like we all go through things. Women go through things. Men go through things. We just need to be prepared. That's all.
Wait, you said this is only out of wedlock? Like this is only if y'all not married, I guess?
Yeah, if you're married, they can't put you on child support because y'all married. Okay. Now, if the moment she decides to get a divorce, then she can put you on. Well, what happened? She has to claim custody of the child, and then it gets put on child support.
I think it's so unfortunate, like what men gotta go through. And I think me and my girl was having this conversation like not too long ago. It's just like the upper hand lies with the woman, no matter what, regardless, right? Yeah. And it's like
for sure.
I feel like I don't know. It's just so unfortunate that has to like that. I don't know. I'm really lost for words what to say because if a judge did this, right? Like if I'm saying, yo, I've been taking care of my kid for 16, 17 years. I've been giving them money. And the judge like, well, that's not to the state, right? That's a gift. That's considered as a gift. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I get that I get that we're a judge and it's the legal system and all that, but come on, bro. Use some, like, I don't want to say discernment, but use your head. Like, that's what I want to say. It's like, come on, dog. Like, if I'm not with this chick, bro, and you see me been giving you money and I'm showing you I'm giving her money, that ain't no fucking gift. Why am I giving her, what's the gift? I got a kid. Like, I feel like you're smart enough to be like, yeah, man, come on, man. Let me step in and make this right. Like, that shit is ridiculous, bro. And the fact that, like, that could even happen, that my man will have to pay back taxes back child support because he ain't, I guess, pay it through the state. He gave it to her. Like, that's whack. I don't know. That shit is corny, bro. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm really lost. It hurts, but it frustrates me at the same time because it's like, yo, sometimes I do feel like women can do what the fuck they want, bro. Like, and it's just like, it's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, when it comes to situations like that, not everyday, like, fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't into the arguing of, like, all the other shit. I'm just saying when it comes to, like, legal system, like, even back to the tank shit, like, the fact that a girl can call the police and say, such and such hit me. You get what I'm saying? The fact that, like, you can file child support and it's, like, 95% of the time, like, they going to take the woman's side. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like, if I'm giving, but back to the top, if I'm giving money over years, bro, and I'm not with her, right? Like, Judge, you're smart enough to know I'm not giving her no fucking gifts for the years. Like, you know I got a kid, bro. Come on, man. And for you to just,
that's a fact.
Just have to, like, say I owe back child, that's whack. That shit is corny. Like,
let's take it a step further. Shorty got to make the decision on whether or not you became a father. What if you decided you ain't want to be a father, but now you getting dragged into a situation you ain't want to have to get nothing, you ain't want to be a part of. So now you forced to be in a father and you was pleading.
I ain't gonna go that far.
I'm not ready for this.
I ain't going that far because we both gotta lay down to have sex. Yeah, granted, you might not want the kid, but I wouldn't say that. Like, I'm not going that far to say. I mean, yeah, if y'all, I will say it has been situations where, like, you will have sex with a girl and y'all might have an understanding together, agreement together, and if it's not written down, it could be written down. It don't matter. She has, at the end of the day, she makes the decision. But I'm not going to go that far to say, like, a woman traps you or something like that. You feel me? Like, because y'all both decided to have unprotected sex.
That's a very definition of a trap. However, that's the reason why I tell people you got to be smart about your decision making from up.
It's not a trap. I mean, what's
even crazier? No, it's not an age group thing. And I don't care what time period. You get young, old, people get trapped. It is what it is. But, like, this is crazy. Now that I'm 40-some years old, and guys, listen to what I'm saying. I'll be out in the dating scene, and chicks will be like, something's wrong with you because you don't have a kid. I'll be like, why? Because I decided to wear a condom, and I ain't play with y'all when I was younger? Because I never allowed no chick to play with my freedom or to play with my... if I don't want to do something, or if there's something I don't want, I'm going to tell you I'm not about to be a part of that. And it's funny how... man, and I'm not trying to talk about everybody, but there are women out here that's always, or people, men and women, that's always about that trick bag, and you gotta be really weary of it. The world is crazy.
Let's get into that. Let's get into that. No. Let's get into that.
No, I thought you wanted to go away. Which I'm
no. You said you're 40 years old, right?
Yeah, 43.
Right. 43 years old. You're telling me that you don't know, because you said it's not an age gap. I think it's an age gap. It ain't. I don't think you're trapped after, I don't know. So we could put a number on it, but I don't think it's a trap after a certain age, because you're old enough to know right from wrong. You're old enough to know worst case scenario. It's only two things that's going to happen if you have unprotected sex, right? You're going to get an STD or you can have a child. You know this.
That's a fact.
Right, so you knowing that, and you laying down having sex with a woman unprotected. No, I don't know. I'm a grown ass man, and I'm not about to give a nigga an excuse to say that's a trap, unless y'all have a understanding that she don't want no kids or she want birth control and stuff like that. Then that could be a trap. But even still, you are a man enough to understand that two things can happen. So the moment you say, okay, I'm not going to do this, you got to deal with the worst case scenario that can happen. So I don't know. I get it. It can be a trap because some girls just be lying. Some girls change their minds. You feel me? Like some people ain't as, I don't know. Some people just ain't like, I don't want to say straightforward, but they not as real as others. You know what I'm saying? They might say something, mean something else. You know what I'm saying? Some people are contradicted. But the fact that you have the end saying, right? Or you have the full control to be like, I'm aware or I'm not going to wear a condom. So like to say it's a trap, I'm on the line with that. I don't know. I can't agree to that. My man Shooter, hey, shout out to Shooter right now. There's ins and outs to how it can be a trap, and thank you, sir, for being there and laying down. So I played my case. Tell me how it's gonna be a trap, knowing what we know now as a grown man.
Okay, so all right. So number one, I need to be mindful. Let me tell you how this can be a trap. And there's still a certain level of ignorance that would have to be involved in it. If you believe everything a person tells you when they telling it to you. So if I have a conversation, me and a young girl, we go out, we have a date, and I'm like, yo, like I'm in this place right now, I don't want to have no children, and she like, you know what, I want to chill too, like it ain't really stressing for me. So like, all right, cool, y'all dating, y'all hanging out. Next thing you know, it start getting hot and heavy. Next thing you know, y'all want to start laying down with each other. Like, yo, you don't want to have no kids? I don't want to have no kids. Cool. Then y'all do. She fall in love. Now it's like, yo, we doing what we doing. We had condoms for the first 2, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And then now we start having sex without condoms. Now that's love starts to grow. It starts to blossom. You know what I'm saying? The butterflies every time you call her phone. Now, you know what I'm saying? Something happens. God brings the miracle of impregnation into the world. Life starts to grow. And she starts looking at the future of where we could be. But you just had a conversation a month ago about how you ain't want to have no kids. But that does not stop the change in her mind because the love goes there. So now she's like, I want us to have this child because I see the future and I see this. This is us and love and da-da-da. And you still in your mind being a non-pregnant regular dude. Nah, nigga, we just had this conversation. I told you I'm not trying to do that. And then next thing you know...
So I get it. So some people aren't as honorable, right? That's what I was looking at. And if y'all having a conversation and she's saying, yeah, I don't want to have kids either, right? Like she's a messed up individual. But at the end of the day, I can't go far and say she trapped me only because you have the last say if you wear a condom or not. If y'all agree or not, right? If y'all agree to not having kids, right? You as a man, you as a person have the last say to be like, you know what? I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to go this far with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what they say. They be like, people be like, I don't want to be in a relationship, but they doing relationship shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep saying you don't want to be in a relationship, but you keep treating it like you're in a relationship. So you got to make a decision. So if you saying you don't want a kid, yeah, I understand y'all could be on one point, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the mirror. So yeah, she agreed with you. She ain't want to have no kid, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry. Yeah, she could be a messed up individual. I just can't. She tried to trap me, but at the end of the day, I allowed that. That's just I feel like we can. It can be cool. I don't know. I
understand, but both situations can be true at one time. I want to take away the concept of her being a bad person. She made a change. Her feelings changed. She made a decision for her life. It is what it is. But my man Shooter said, and then now she's on because, but then all of a sudden she's not. Okay, I don't understand
Birth control,
but
birth
it sounded
control,
birth control. Yeah. William Ford. Oh man, thanks, Will. He said, man, get a vasectomy. You know what, Will? No, sir. That's just me. Why are you sending me to the doctors to cut my balls? Who told you that's what I wanted for my life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I wanted a cream pie? So anyway, no, that was a dope discussion. But I'm gonna say my last thing on the subject, and we can move on, is that I feel like you assume that with age comes maturity, and that's not always the case. Some people can grow up and never still mature. So like they can make really crazy decisions and be in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s for real. So like I would say, yo, as a man, it is so important for us to mature and learn that, yo, you are, like, as much as y'all want to be in control, learn to be the head of the relationship. Meaning, learn to be the person to think for both of y'all. Learn to walk into the scenario and know that if you don't want to have a child, like Jay Hill said, wear a condom, have spermicide, have the plan B, always have the elements there necessary, and don't push things further than the risk comes. Only take the risk if you're willing to have, like, if you want to go raw with shorty, be willing and ready to have the child with her and accept everything that comes along with having a child with her. That means if she decide to go crazy, if she gonna be cool, if she gonna be ready. So regardless of what decision she makes, you're never gonna be upset. I feel like if you come to the table with your full brain intact and you make a decision about taking a risk, if no matter what she says, you're never going to be upset because you already thought about the potentials of both sides before it happened. So when it happens, you can just shrug it off and be like, I'm ready.
You got a point. So I will say this. Yes, a woman can trap you, right? Because some, like you said, with age doesn't come maturity. With age doesn't come wisdom all the time because, I mean, it's a saying that it's no such thing as common sense ain't so common no more. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's a saying for a reason. So just because it's common to me because I learned it, right, don't mean it's common to somebody else who hasn't grown up in the same society or environment that I have. You feel me? So that's not fair to say. So we do have some guys who don't know no better, right? And for them guys that don't know no better, they can get trapped. I'm talking about for the men who do know better. What they say, like in the Bible, it says, when I was a boy, I acted as a boy, but when I became an adult or a man, I put away my childish ways. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm talking about in those instances. Even when we talk about church, you feel me? Like I feel like God doesn't. I don't know. I feel like He holds a certain standard to the people who know better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only talking to the men who know better. I'm not talking to the guys who don't know no better. And I pray for those guys, and I wish them guys all positive and nothing like that to happen because that's messed up. Like women can, you know what I'm saying? Their body, their choice, and it's funny because I try to have a conversation with this, but it's hard when we talking about women because you can't tell a woman what to do. But it's like, yo, I do feel like, and this might be shaky to say, but I do feel like those conversations should be on both people. Like I feel like it should be between the man who laid down and the woman. Like that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but I just feel like it should be between both parties, man. Like that's just my opinion.
No, I definitely agree with you on that. However, we got to deal with the reality of our life. So let's go back to some entertainment industry. Let's go.
Look, get deep in it.
All right, so
who is it? 6ix9ine?
6ix9ine came into the New York airport with mad money. He said he had $1 million. FunkMaster Flex said, "What's everybody's opinion?" He said, "I'm no longer." This is FunkMaster Flex saying this. "I'm no longer not playing 6ix9ine music anymore. Speaking for myself only. Obviously, according to reports, the trend amongst all of the current rappers since and before 6ix9ine consists with cooperating and testifying. Be clear, many of your favorite artists cooperate with law enforcement. Don't let me call names. Man, who we kidding? It seems that these new rappers ain't doing 10 to 20 years for nobody. They not doing 5 years. Bobby Shmurda, Rowdy Rebel, Fetty Wap, and Young Thug are the last of that stand-up tradition. 6ix9ine, you got new music? Send it. Thursday, 7 p.m. What's everybody's opinion?" Ooh,
bro,
I wanna know what you gotta say.
Nah, I'm 100% with him, but I feel like you said, the Roddy Rebels, the Bobby Smurder, the Fetty Wops. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the last of a dying breed. But what are we doing to support them? Right? Like, you see how you can say, yo, you got new music, 6ix9ine, send it. Like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, all these niggas cooperated shit. Somehow the most famous drug dealers cooperated and people still say their names in music and think they want to be like them. Some of the richest people in the world who was drug dealers, all them niggas cooperated. So I get it. Like, it is what it is. Niggas gonna cooperate. These niggas is just, I don't even want to call them rats. I don't even call them snitches. It's just, they regular. They human. Like, they keep acting like they not, but they human. They very much so human. My thing is, if we're gonna talk shit about if we're gonna talk shit about them, right, and be like, yo, send me the music, but say all these other artists is the last of a dying breed, why we not supporting them? Why we not championing them? Ain't nobody I don't see you putting Bobby Smurda on your page saying, yo, send me your music. I don't see you promoting him like that. Matter of fact, since Bobby came out, we can arguably say that his music ain't been all that, but ain't nobody pushing Bobby. Ain't nobody pushing Rowdy. They both have music. So it's like, you want to go support somebody that the industry, or I don't know, the what the standard don't support, instead of pushing the ones that you clearly was able to call out to say they are last of a dying breed. So if they're last of a dying breed, we give them some type of respect. You acknowledging something. Why not support them? Why not be like, yo, let's champion Bobby and Rowdy?
Okay, I 1000% agree with you. From my position, he's done that. He's definitely played Rowdy. He's definitely played Bobby. He showed them a lot of love. But let's just say he got a 4-hour time slot to fill. Them 3-4 rappers, 5 rappers, 5 EO in them. That's it. Like, I need more music. And they're not dropping enough to really fill up a time slot. And look, Funk Flex is one of those people that's in a hot position where he's got to make New York feel like New York, because he's that guy. So, like, there comes a point where it's like, if I don't have enough music to fill a time slot, well, what else you want me to do, bro? Like, y'all ain't coming up with nothing hot. Hey, what if 6ix9ine do got the new hot record and it's going crazy in other places? So now what? I can't play it? You know what I mean? And mind you, I am not an advocate for supporting snitches. I'm not that dude. I come from that old school. I done got in trouble and had to keep my mouth shut. I done did what I did. I ain't no street dude, but I feel like being a lame is being a lame. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I felt like it was a good discussion to have. I feel like this is the music industry. The music industry is not the streets. So trying to hold musicians, and that's like saying Jay Hill can't interview certain people, because it's like, bro, if 6ix9ine came to Jay Hill and was like, yo, bro, can I get on it? What? I would call him. I would be the first one to say, Jay, what are you doing? You are not from New York. You ain't got nothing to do with nothing that's going on.
I ain't no gangster either, so I don't like. I'm gonna interview his ass. Shit, if I like this music, I'll play his music. The fuck, like.
Exactly. There's got to be a point where we have to stop trying to hold civilians and regular everyday people to these street standards that we don't know nothing about. And ain't none of y'all street dudes giving us no bread to do nothing. So, like, come on, get out of here. If y'all was really making sure people was taken care of, then I guess people would be more obligated. But, bruh, ain't not one street dude. Well, I ain't gonna say that, because I had street dudes that supported me in the past. But they don't make it a thing to make sure that I was straight. So,
but not
like,
even
that's
us, the niggas that they expecting not to rat. They not making sure they're straight. Like, I'm like, forget us. Like, you know what I'm saying? The people, like you said, the Bobbies, the Rowdies, the Max B, the
Young Thug.
The Young Thug
about to do
the
1,000 years right now.
Bro,
exactly.
Who put money on their books? Nobody. Y'all got everything to say, but nothing to do. Niggas is crazy. Like I said, like I started it, right? If niggas got anything, they got audacity. Bro, it's crazy. Like, people expect you to do so much, but not giving nothing. Man, live your life, do what's best for you, and shit. Whatever come with it, just come with it. It is what it is. I ain't champion snitching, I ain't promoting it, but I'm saying be you, do you, and shit. Honestly, it started at not just not being a fool or getting into the trouble in the first place, but whatever. That's another one.
Yep. All right, it's the last story, and then we're gonna move to our next segment. Let's drop it.
He did not have life insurance. No, he did not have a will. No, we didn't have nothing set up. We're so young. We don't plan on death. Like, so I don't get no death benefits. I don't get nothing. Like, I don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna ask nobody for nothing. I got that personality, and I'm working on that. I'm trying to, empty myself of my ego and my pride, because I'm not asking nobody for nothing.
You're doing it right now.
I don't care. I could be on fire, and I'm not even gonna ask you to spit on me. I don't need nothing.
Girl, you're lying.
But nah, I'm trying to stop being like that. But God, He's been making a way. He's been making a way, child. He's been making a way. He's been making a way. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for y'all.
All right, so I want to make this statement before Jay Hill go in. We had a discussion 2.5, 3 weeks ago about what we going to talk about on our next episode. We were supposed to do last week. Stuff got crazy. I've been talking, and Jay was looking at me like I was boo-boo the fool. Because he like, yo, why you want to talk about finances so much? Because I had this whole show planned out about teaching people how to budget their money, understanding what to do with finances. This is way before I saw that clip. And I'm pushing this. I've been pushing this because I feel like in our community, we don't talk enough about budgeting. We don't talk enough about low level. Yo, Earn Your Leisure will talk about millions of dollars and what to do with thousands and thousands of dollars. But what you going to do about your $500 check every week? And like, let me tell y'all something. PNB Rock had millions and didn't have an insurance policy. And she tried to put it off on, well, we young. Bro, I know white friends. I have Caucasian friends that had insurance policies on them when they were born. The child came out of the vagina, an insurance policy was put in place. And multiple insurance policies are put in place over time. Hey, the child is 20-something, and guess what? The children have insurance policies on the parents. Multiple ones. It's called benefiting off of the death. It's called understanding that this is going to happen. This is a way we can come up. And this is how we should be putting stuff in place. So I'm going to shut up. Jay, please speak on your piece, and then I'm going to come in and clean it up, and then we're going to move on.
No, I mean, I agree with you 100%. But this is his girlfriend.
They have a child together.
Okay, his baby mom's. Okay, all right. That changes it. All right. Damn, yeah, man, I think it's unfortunate. I think we do have to just have a... Bro, it's just, bro, as young African-American men and women out here, you get what I'm saying, especially coming from the neighborhoods that we come from, we're not taught this. And it's getting better now because we're having, what was your, you was the baby boomers?
No, I was not a baby boomer.
What was you?
I'm like right after Generation X. I'm like the generation after generation. I don't know what the
millennial? I thought that was me.
No, I'm like between Generation X and the millennials. I can't remember what ours was, but yeah.
Okay, well, whatever.
We in it.
We're given now with the millennials and the Generation X, Z, you know what I'm saying, Gen Z, we're right. Having more information out there for them to understand. You get what I'm saying? So they're starting to learn, but it's unfortunate, but these are the things that we just go through every day. Being young, black, from the hood, you know what I'm saying? We don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? So I think we do have to educate ourselves more, but shit, how you know to educate yourself on something you don't even know can exist? You're not even thinking that exists. You feel me? So it's like, I think it's unfortunate. I think it's a little clout chasey, like, cause, I don't know. It's just something about getting on the phone and going live and saying, it's like you're crying out for help, but then you're trying to paint a picture as you wouldn't ask nobody for nothing. But you, like, what? If you didn't care that much, like, you going on, me personally, I just don't see myself going on the internet saying, no, he didn't have life support and I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I wouldn't even ask nobody to spit on me if I was on fire. Yes, you would. If you was on fire, you ask somebody to throw some fucking water on you because you don't want to die. Like, people be saying anything. Like, I don't know. People just...
Because I feel in my position, you know what I'm saying, our culture is all about remain cool at all times. Niggas will literally sacrifice their life, be broke their whole entire life so they can be cool. I gotta be cool. So yeah, I'm never gonna ask nobody for nothing. And I'm gonna say all this stupid shit out of my mouth because that's what it's supposed to be when you cool. And it's like, bro, I'm not with none of it. That's why I've been telling niggas for years, I'm never down with this cool shit, bro. I'm not gonna be goofy enough to tell people I'm not gonna ask for help. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna waste time getting on a live stream to just talk dumb stuff. If we can't have meaningful conversation, and that's the reason why me and you get along, because we can have meaningful conversation. I'm not getting on the phone with nobody or getting on a live stream with somebody to be wasting time. I could be asleep. bruh. So let's be real. Like, the reality of it is that yes, we didn't have the information before, but we got the information now. Yo, every rapper, every person, I don't care, rapper or regular person, if you work at McDonald's, if you work at whatever, we about to have that discussion. You should have, and let me tell you the reason why. Everybody should have an insurance, but let me tell you why you should have it when you're young, because it's stupid cheap. If you get a child life insurance when they're born, it might cost you $5 a month, $10 a month. And over time, if it's a whole life insurance policy, meaning that you pay on it throughout their whole life, it grows in value and it's something you can borrow against later on. We don't have to get deep into it, but that's just some simple stuff. The later on in life that you get insurance, the more it costs. So if you want to wait till 45 to 50, guess how much your insurance is going to cost? $150, $200 a month. But if you get it when you 20, it'll be $20 a month and it'll be worth millions over time. So like, that's something. All right, so let me tell you something that blew my mind. I was watching a TV show the other night, and they were talking. It was a lawyer show, and the lawyer had just made partner with the firm. Man, this thing blew my mind. The lawyer was like, the person that ran the firm, it was like, yeah, we need you to resign as an employee. We're gonna reframe, your whole tax situation, because now you're gonna become a partner, and then we got paperwork for you to sign because we have a $10 million life insurance policy out on you. I said, wait a minute, I had to stop it. I ran it back. I said, what? They said the law firm takes out an insurance policy on the partner. So if the partner passes away, not only do they make money, but they have enough finances to tide them over until they can fill the position of the partner that's dead. Bro, what? $10 million. Think about that concept. A business takes out an insurance policy on an employee or on an owner. So like, you as Jay Hill can do an insurance policy on your mom's, so that you can make sure that when God forbid it was to ever happen, but it's a reality of life. When they passed, you can do them right. You can bury them. It could be taken, and you can have something for yourself. Same thing with your children. Same thing with your girlfriend. Yo, to me, the concept of even saying, and this is another thing I hate about our culture, we're so callous about dating. It's like we can never take nothing serious. Everything is a fucking game forever. It's like, yo, we get into relationships that have long-term bonds. So when are we going to stop playing so we can start investing? So we stop playing about this relationship and take this relationship serious so we can really start investing. So we can really start growing. So we can really start doing something. You know what I mean? Because relationships is more than just going to the beach. Relationships is more than just arguing about a fucking TV show. Like, relationships can really be something beneficial long term, but we gotta treat it like that.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. Relationships can really, like, it can help or harm your future. Like, it can really,
Facts.
like, if you in a bad relationship, bro, like, and it's not right for you, it can really be a detriment to your future. And if you in a good relationship, you got somebody that's like, I don't know, like, y'all both seeing eye to eye, like, y'all, it can really change your entire life and your kids' life, right? Like, we talk about generational wealth. It starts there. It starts with, like, being able to be like, you know what, let's have a plan. Let's put this plan to work and let's go towards it, right? Like they say, faith without work is dead. So it's like, bro, you got to be able to understand and know, all right, this is what I want. This is what we want. Let's put in this work, right, for a number of time or whatever it can be. Let's understand our end goal, and then it can really change your life. But what happens is, I don't know, like, people don't have the same, they don't see eye to eye. They don't have the same visions. So then they close their eyes and then they open them. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship for 10 years and shit, you ain't do nothing got done. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, what's the bro? If you're in a relationship, bro, we can both be working towards something, and it can be, we could be grinding, and it could help. Like, what's the point if I'm gonna just be doing something by myself, or you gonna be just doing something by yourself? It's like, bro, we might as well be single at that point. Niggas want to be in a relationship, like you said. Niggas don't want to talk about the seriousness behind it, right? Like I mean, you're absolutely right, yo. Even before, I know people like, yo, we ain't married and things like that. Shit, if you're in a relationship for multiple years, bro, y'all should be able to be building something together. And if not, it's like, you're really wasting your fucking time.
You're
like,
wasting time. You wasting crazy time. And it's like, it's all about, we all have this, we all have different things and different things that we focus on. But, like, let's be real. Like, the relationship starts with the man and the man's mindset and intention. So if you coming into the relationship playing games and you're not willing to be the leader, and leadership isn't all about being bossy. A leader is all about teaching, It's about being supportive. It's about, you know what I'm saying, showing the way. Hey, I'm going to lead. I'm going to take us where we need to go. And if you don't have an understanding, I'm willing to take the time to teach you. I'm willing to take the time to show you. Hey, I'm willing to continue learning when I don't know, because it's my job as a leader to learn. It's my job to set the standard. So if I'm not willing to learn, how can I expect my partner to be willing to learn? Yo, if I want my partner to go to therapy, that means I gotta go to therapy. If I want my girl to be responsible with her money, guess what? I gotta be responsible with my money.
Exactly.
Bruh, if you want your girl to hustle, you gotta hustle. You can't be playing video games all day, working a part-time job, talking about, yo, shorty, why you ain't out here starting no businesses? Nigga, like, what the fuck are you talking about? So, like, we all have to be that. We have to exude it everywhere we go, man. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Shooter, man.
We also gotta be willing to put in the work together. I was
Facts.
I was on the names. I was talking to one of the guys that helped me out. I was talking to his friends and shit, and we was just talking about businesses or whatever, and like I was asking his girl, like, yo, would you? We were just talking about like how sometimes women want to be a part of like what the guy got going on, sometimes they don't, right? And she was like, nah, like I would come in and take over if it was already successful and it was lit and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, like, bro, at that point, I don't need you to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to do it because my shit is already going on. Yeah, you can come in and make your money and things like that, but it's like, bro, I already built this. A lot of people, I think what I find is people don't want to put that work in with you. Like people, they really want the easy route. Like they really want to be able to come in, do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying, and get that paycheck. And that's nothing wrong with that. But that ain't what I got going on. You get what I'm saying? It's like if you can't be a part of the growing process and help building this, like you think you want to come in and enjoy the fruits of my labor? Like that's my labor. I'm not even enjoying the fruits of my labor yet. Like
I agree. But when I'm gonna give you pushback only from the perspective of, I feel like from my perspective, it's not that people don't want to put the work in. I feel like people are fearful that if I put the work in, what if we break up?
Oh,
if I come in and I put 10 years in and then I find out that you sleeping with Becky, or like, you know what I'm saying? Look, hey, I grind out with you, and then, you know what I'm saying? You already was. That's a fact.
I'm pro prenup, bro. I be telling people
definitely.
Like, I feel like niggas be having, I think we need to erase everything we think we know. Like even me, like let's erase everything that life taught us and let's create it again. Right? Like a prenup, honestly, will help in that case, right? Like if you got a prenup saying, yo, if he does X, Y, and Z, right? I still own X, Y, and Z percent of this business. You get what I'm saying? So that way, because I understand that, like you being fearful of like, yeah, I'm helping him grind, I'm grinding with him, I'm helping him get to his goals. What if he just leave me? Shit, he don't even have to cheat. What if he just want to leave me for a white girl, right? Like Kanye West said, right? What if he want to get lit and leave me for a white girl, and then I'm shit out of luck? I get that. That's a real feeling, and that can very much so happen. But we got to be able to put contracts and documents in place so that can happen, because that is fucked up. Like that's real. You're right. That's a great point.
And yo, and I love that you said that. It goes back to the point I made earlier about taking relationships seriously. Hey, let's get out of the dreamy stage and, oh God, we're gonna do the whole miracle, and it's like, yo, this is a business. Let's treat this like a business. Let's put it down. Like I'm sorry, shorty, I messed up your name. I'm gonna say Miss Williams said facts and have to go half and start over. Yes. And Shooter said not Becky. Well, that's the first thing that popped in my head.
You know it's crazy, bro. Oh man, it goes back to the 50-50 conversation, right?
Let's go,
bro. Honestly,
tie it all in together. Go back and watch past episodes. Why you look over your shoulder like that? Are you trying to make sure she's not in the room?
No, my girl was she right. So if we gotta go 50-50, that means you more invested. Right, so like let's break it down. So a lot of girls don't. A lot of girls be like, men should take care of the bills and all that, and I understand. And I understand, like, taking care of the kids is work. It is. Like, I'm not arguing that. I'm pro that 100%. But when we talking about equity, right? Like, if you put in, like, 50% equity in, like, money-wise, I mean, a nigga can't really do nothing. Like, your money is invested. Like, you're fully invested now. Like, what the fuck a nigga going to say? I don't know. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, see, now, the thing that gets stick is that you might have a guy that's like, oh, shorty's been taking care of the kids and she at home. She's not entitled to a part of my business. But she was holding it down for you at home to give you space to start your business.
Not I.
So like that's where it gets the complicated.
So let me ask you this
conversation
then. Let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
How much of that is worth
As far as what?
of your business? Of she let's say hypothetically paint a picture, she not putting no work in towards your goal in your business, right?
Right, but
But
she's taking care of my children. She's cleaning
The
my home. She's
yep.
cleaning my clothes. She's making my food.
Yeah, what percentage
She,
of your business is she worth at that point?
I would have a discussion with her ahead of time, but I would definitely break off between 10, maybe 15%, and I would have that already. You know, maybe you know what I mean. I'm not gonna give her half.
No, I'm not mad at that.
half,
I think
you know what I mean? But
I think I said
she
20,
entitled.
25. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. So we not too far.
Yeah.
I literally had this conversation with Sade. I was like, yo, I think we should do a prenup. At first she was like,
Why not?
At first she was like stiff arming me because she didn't really understand what I was trying to say. And I'm like, babe, like first of all, you gotta understand, I'm not even that type of dude that's like trying to leave you with nothing. Like, let's not get it twisted.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to put something in place where you do get something. Like,
Right.
just being honest, because I am going to keep working and I'm not stopping. It just is what it is,
Right.
and I love you
Exactly.
to death. If you here or not, I'm not stopping. But I do acknowledge the work that you put in to help me stay sane, to help me be able to do my job, to help me continue to push forward in my business. Like, I do acknowledge that, and I think you should get something. So like, I definitely said that. Well, at first she thought I was like saying she thought I was on some bullshit.
I'm with it. All right, so let's move on because we got to get down because we got the next subject, and I think everybody can benefit from this. You know what I mean? The next thing is 10 things you need to get your life right financially at the age of 18. And look, let me tell y'all, if you're watching right now and you haven't, if you can't tell me right now what your budget is on a monthly basis, you need to be listening to this. You need to be taking notes. So what y'all need to be doing is ready to rock and roll. So Jay, the first at 18, when you turn 18, and you know why I say 18? Because that's the legal time period when you are legally in charge of your own finances and you can make moves independently of everybody. You know what I mean? And we're talking about America. So if you're not American, this may not, I don't know how stuff runs in another country. So Jay, give me an idea. Tell me the first thing you feel like an 18-year-old should have financially. Like when you turn 18, what should you have financially to make sure you straight, you ready to go financially?
Financially, what should you have? You should have a bank account.
Ooh, I'm with that. Oh, let me give you a hand clap for that one. Okay.
I think you should have a bank account.
All right.
This is kind of hard because like what I think and what I know is so different. Like because an 18-year-old, I would want my 18-year-old to be able to just focus on school. Like honestly, like I would want my 18-year-old to be able to focus on college.
Yeah.
And,
I want that.
And you know what I'm willing to do? I don't think I ever heard this. Damn, I never heard this, bro. And I might be putting my foot in my mouth. If you don't want to go to college, right? At 18 years old, I feel like he or she should be able to focus on their entrepreneurship for 4 years without having to like, I don't know, pay the full amount of bills. I ain't gonna say all the bills, but we could treat it like college at that point. If you got a business plan, right, and you know what you want to do, I'll give you 4 years of support until you out on your own. I think that's fair. I never heard of that though. I might be on to something.
All right, I got a whole separate show of something I want to do to break down what I feel like how you should raise your children, because I feel like if you raise your children to not fear money and to understand money and credit as a tool, I feel like by the time they turn 18, you won't need to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? You could create a family banking system that they can get a loan from to execute certain things. You know what I'm saying? But also at that same time, y'all have a clear relationship understanding to where, like, say for instance, if your kid comes to you and say, Dad, I got an idea of something I want to do, they already going to come to you with a written plan. They're not going to come to you with like, yo, son, I think I want to start selling t-shirts, bro. Like, but give me 20 grand. It's going to be like, yo, because you've already taught them, they'll be like, Dad, look, I wrote this out. Here's some sketch designs. And look, based on some stuff that we've done in the past, this is how much money I need to start out with. This is where I want to take it. And this is where I want to get this first hit of cash. And then if I can get it to this point, then you can kick it up to another level with this next hit of cash.
So that's another thing. Bank account, a credit score.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I think a credit score. It should. we should have somewhere to start, right? And not, we shouldn't be walking into it with, oh, you don't have any credit. Like, I think they should have a decent credit score. I'm not saying nothing crazy, but a decent credit score, a bank account, decent creddet score. What's decent?
All right, so
let's say 550, 600.
Nah, let's say 600. You know what I mean?
600.
And let me tell y'all something. If you are right now a parent and you already have good credit, it's easy to add your child onto your, like, there's a way you can attach your child to your credit so that as they get older, their credit gets improved. So, like, if you already have an 800 credit score and you good at managing, your child could technically turn 18 and have an 800 credit score if you're doing it correctly. So,
Facts.
but we talking about, like, let me not make it complicated. This is for all of my peoples that grew up with families like me that did not know what to do with their money, and you just got kicked out of the front door into college and you ain't know what the hell's going on. And yes, I had to have 2 jobs while I was in college with a full load. So let's get back to the business. So I'm going to say a credit app. That's what I'm going to say. So you need to have the credit app, at least something like Credit Karma, which I use. And let me clarify, Credit Karma does not give you 100% accuracy on what your credit score is, but it gives you a decent ballpark so you know how to make moves. It also keeps track of what debts you have. You know what I'm saying? What's your, what is it, debt to income ratio, all of that. So, like, that's definitely number 2 thing. Okay, yeah. I think I might end up having to get that. And let me tell y'all, there's nobody telling you that you can't use all of the apps. You can download all of them and monitor all of them. The more, the merrier. So the only pushback I'm going to give is I'm going to say 2 bank accounts, and we'll get into that in a minute. So the credit app. The next thing I'm going to tell you need is you need to remove all of your bills from other people's names and put them all into your own name. I'll repeat that again. You need all of your bills from your parents' name or whomever's name, and you need to put them into your name. All right. So that means your cell phone don't need to be a mama name no more. You know, your BG&E bill, look, it might have was in your name in the first place. You ain't even know it. But you need to make sure that all of your bills are in your name. For those who don't understand that, you can't build credit without having debt. So the reason why you got to move stuff to your name is so that you can now have a history, a payment history. You need to be able to pay your bills on time, and you need to be able to show the world that you can pay bills on time, because that increases your credit score. So let's move on from there. So let's say all debt in your name. All right. So the next thing I'm going to say you need, life insurance on yourself and your parents.
Life insurance on your parents at 18?
Yes, sir.
I say on yourself. At 18, this is tough.
Parents. Yo. And let me tell you the reason why. It's cheap. Super dumb cheap. You don't need to get no expensive. Like, hey, yo, what I'm telling you right now, you don't have to spend, you can spend $20 a month on yourself, $20 a month on your mom, another $20 on your dad. That might be $60. Or if you want, or just do one or the other. So say if you don't want to put one on both of your parents, start out putting one on just one of them. You want to know why? Because what if something does happen to them? They may not have their insurance policy. They might have an insurance policy, but let me tell you something. If something happens to them, you get more money. The longer you have that insurance policy, a whole life policy, the longer you're paying into that. So not only are you able to borrow against it, so now you have multiple accounts you can borrow against. You can borrow against your own. You can borrow against your mom's. You can borrow against however many insurance accounts you got. As long as they sign off on, this is another way to invest money on guaranteed returns. This is a guarantee. This is not a risk. It's not a possibility you can get the money. This is a guarantee you're going to get that money back.
Okay.
And as a person in the family, it guarantees you don't have to worry about something when something goes wrong. So
life insurance.
Life insurance. And if you have a kid, you pop one out, there's an insurance policy on that kid. Guarantee for the time they come out of the vagina. All right. Let's see. The next thing I'm going to say is 2 credit cards.
2 credit cards. I'm not mad at that.
2 credit cards. Max. 2 credit cards maximum. Now, only reason why I say 2 credit cards is, and look, I don't worry about big balances, because I know a lot of people get caught up in wanting to have a $10,000 balance. Yo, do not look at nobody else's money. For the record, do not look at your life versus somebody else's life. do this based off of your income, what you got going on. 2 credit cards, make sure that you don't overload that one. So say if you got $1,000 balance, if you got 2 of them at $1,000 a piece, you might want to split 300. Say if you need to make you spend 300, which is probably the most you can do on that $1,000 card. It's $300. That's 33. That's 30% utilization. If you got 2 cards now, you can at least spend up to 6. See what I'm saying? And now you're not over 30% utilization. It gives you a little bit of flexibility. Also, in an instance where, say, if you want to have one card that you hold a balance on, and then the other card is just something that you pay off, meaning that you put all of the Netflix and everything on it, and you let that add up, and you pay it all back down to 0. And then the other one you keep a balance on. It's the same thing with the reason why you need to have multiple bank accounts, is that you always need a backup. If something goes wrong, you have to have a backup. You know what I mean? And I really said 3. On my paper, I said 3 accounts. You need to have a savings account that you just save money in. You have an account that you keep active cash, and you have an operations account. Your operations account is an account that you use, every day, just swipey. So that way, if you put it in somewhere and somebody get that account number, or you put it in online somewhere and somebody get that, you can easily shut that down, and it doesn't affect your savings, and it doesn't affect, your everyday cash. So let me tell y'all how my life is set up. I have a bank account that is like a high. Well, actually, I have 4 accounts. I have a high interest yield account that I can only put money in, and if I take it out, there's a penalty. It's called a high interest yield account. I have money that I put in there, and we're not talking about investments. We're just talking about bank accounts. Then I have a savings account that I put, the bulk of my money into, and I do mean a bulk. And then I have an account that has like $300 or $400 in it. So like every week I give myself $300 that I can do whatever I want to do with. I can buy sneakers, I can buy food, if I want to go out, hang out. That's it. But that's all I get for that week is $300. If I go over that, I can't go over it, because once it's gone, it's done with. And that means that's gas, that's everything. So what I do is I keep the 300. I might keep 200 in the one account, but then my swipe account is like a Cash App card. So I'll transfer money from that bank account into the Cash App, so I can swipe all day. So if something go wrong or something keeps starting to pull money, I can just lock that Cash App card, and I don't have to worry about my other money, kind of being disturbed. So that's the reason why I operate that way. And I tell other people to do the same thing if you running around like that. And then when you 18 years old and you start getting yourself in the mind frame, you always want to have that. All right. The next thing is your 401k, baby. 401k. Everybody know what that is? Retirement cash.
And by 18, we think you gotta have this.
Hey, baby, because if you work for any corporation, they gonna give you the option to set up a 401k. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. They always ask you, do you want to set up a 401k? They only gonna do is take $20, $30 out every check. Get that thing started. But let me tell you something, and I'm not the expert on it, but I will tell you, try to make sure, see if you can set up a 401k and a bank account that is transferable no matter what what job you take on. So there's 401ks that are strictly for the corporation that you work for, which could meaning that the corporation actually controls that pot of cash and they invest it and do things with it. But that you can also set up a separate 401k that does not have to be a part of that pot, that you can have your money go into for that, so your retirement. So you try to keep that bank account in something that you can control, so that if you quit the job or you get fired, you can easily just, all right, you leave the company and you don't have to worry about trying to access that account from somewhere else. So that was a mistake I made when I was working for T-Mobile like 10, 15 years ago. I had dumped a bunch of money into that 401k, but when I quit the job, that bank account wasn't transferable. It was just something I had to shut down, and I had to withdraw the money, and I had to go take it and put it into another account. It was just a headache. But definitely, think about retirement at 18. The more money you start saving around for retirement, the less you got to worry about it. And let me tell y'all something. United States government retirement is nothing. It's nothing. It's not enough for you to retire on. It's not enough for you. You'll be eating canned cat food, barely able to pay money. I'm telling you, it's something real. So I need y'all to really take heed to that. That 401k is going to save your butt. That's if you decide to not save money, not to invest. That's just for you to retire and be in a decent space. All right. So the next thing you need to have, and this is something y'all going to get mad at me about. You need a job making no less, and we talking about 2023. JS1 the Supplier is telling you, if you turn 18 years old, you need a job that pays you no less than $18 an hour. don't care if you go to college. I don't care if you got a full load. I don't care if mommy and daddy tells you they're going to pay your way and you going to be cool. All right, that's cute. Get you a job paying no less than $18 an hour. And let me give you a short list of jobs you can go into with zero experience and zero skill set and get a job $18 an hour. You can work in a factory. You can work in McCormick's. They hiring people at $20 an hour. You can work for MTA. They will take you through the training program. They will teach you. They will get you your CDL license, and they will put you out on the road, and you can make money. And that starts at 18, and it drastically goes up. Both of those two jobs I just mentioned, you can be up to $24 to $25 an hour in less than a year. Amazon. I know y'all hate that Amazon because they're gonna kill you on that line, but it's another job that you can go on for $18 an hour. Most really decent jobs that are really labor intensive. Hey, if you 18 years old, you got a fresh back, you got fresh knees, go get that money. Another thing about those jobs, they allow you endless amounts of overtime. Time and a half,
facts.
double overtime. Yo, you can go work at Southwest. My boy worked at Southwest for 8 years. Now he making, I can't tell you, but he making a lot of money over there at Southwest. They started him out at 15, and then he quickly went up to 18. Tons of overtime. They said for New Year's it was triple overtime for one day. Triple overtime, and he was making, ain't gonna talk, but he making crazy money. So these are the type jobs you can get into off the streets. And if you're talking about having your own apartment, which I will not recommend, but this is a way where you can start stacking up bread early. Stay at home with your family if it's not a chaotic environment. Stay home, stack the money, put money in the bank. All these things I'm telling you is all about ways where you can stash money and still have operating capital. The same way I'm telling you, put yourself on a budget. That's the next thing. Put yourself on a budget. Open a job, making at least 18 an hour. All right.
I like this,
Boom.
man. I think we're gonna help some people out, man.
Hell yeah. Create monthly budget. So that's the number 8 thing that I put out here. And I'm gonna put this stuff up on the screen so y'all can see it.
I'm curious
I don't want y'all
what
to
you gonna find with the last 2.
All right. I need you. I'm gonna combine 2 things. I have monthly budget and fun budget. They both gonna be the same thing. So let me monthly budget. Let me explain this out. So your monthly budget consists of your overhead. So let me explain this because a lot of people feel like this is a complicated concept. Your budget is nothing more than where the money's coming in and how it's going out so that you can physically see what's going on a regular basis so you can control your spending. So how much money are you bringing in? It breaks down to this. If you let's just say the average person brings in $3,000 a month. That breaks down to what? Well, that some video a week, something like that. Something like that. Ain't a lot. You know what I mean? All right, no. Let's make it easier. $4,000 a month. You make $4,000 a month. That means you make $1,000 a week. That's technically like $52,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So $4,000 a week. How much is your rent? The average person's rent is $1,000 a month. So now you got $3,000. So now what? Let's say your BG&E and your internet is another $500. So now that's $1,500. That leaves you with $2,500. So then you got your car. Let's say your car and the car payment and insurance is another $5,000. So now you $2,000 a month. That's $2,000. So then you got gas and let's say miscellaneous stuff is another $5,000. So now you're down to $1,500. You got to at least. I'm telling you right now. Now, if you want to be a smart person and you want to get ahead fast, you need to put at least $1,000 a month in savings. But I know a lot of y'all ain't ready for that yet. You know what I'm saying? Then you put $500 a month in savings. And that can be, and if you want to, you can split that $500 between your 401k, your savings account, and your life insurance policies. There you go. Make your life easier. And then that leaves you $1,000 a month for you to do all of the crazy stuff you want to do. Looking fresh, going out to partying or whatever. But let me tell you and be honest with you, you really don't want to spend that amount of money. When you turn 18, I tell everybody to grind on your belly. I tell my little cousins, my nieces and nephews like this. Yo, 18 is the time to be a bum and have mad money. Do not get Jordans when you turn 18. Do not get expensive clothes when you turn 18. No. Spend the first 2 years grinding. Put all of your money. I'm talking about be a bum. Don't even get a haircut. Like, yo, forget everybody. Be a complete homeless person. Stay in your mom's house. Don't have no television. Don't have no video game. Anytime that you could be playing a video game, go work some overtime. Anytime. The only time you should take time off is for sex, showers, and vacation. That's it. Rest of the time is either sleep or working. That's all you should do for the first 2 years. So that way you can put, and I'm telling you honestly, if you get a job making at least $18 an hour, you can really put away. If you put some overtime in, you can put $1,000 and $2,000 away a month just in savings. What does that equal up to in 12 months? That's either $12,000 to $24,000 that's in a bank account. Think about how powerful your life becomes when you have $12,000 of free cash just sitting in a bank account. We're not talking about your retirement. We're not talking about your insurance policy. We just talking about in a savings account. You still eating, but you eating cheap. But think about you starting out at 19 or 20 years old with 12 to 24 grand. Everything I'm telling you is stupid achievable. It doesn't require a degree. It don't require you to have somebody special to put you on. I'm talking about this is just from nothing. You could be homeless and do this. This is what I'm telling you. And then learning how to budget. Everything comes down to maintaining that budget. I'm not saying you can't go out and smoke hookah. I'm not saying that you can't buy cigarettes. I'm not saying you can't even do a little coke every now and then. If you want to do a bump or two, that's fine. Stay in your budget. That's all you have to do. Live on your belly, stay in your budget, save your money, and then come time when you turn 21 or 20, and this is what my little cousin at right now, I'm so proud of him, is that he got so much money in the bank because his goal is when he turned 21, he want to buy his first house. But guess what? You don't need $20,000 to buy your first house. All he needs is 3%. And he really don't need that because as long as he maintains from 18 to 21, good credit, you don't run your credit cards up, and you don't do nothing crazy, you got first-time buyers money from the government, you're going to have a great credit score, so your interest is going to be down, and you may not have to put $1 up to buy the house. And now you got a home that you own, you got great credit history, you got great work history, and you got money sitting in the bank for brand new furniture. Then you can go crazy. But even by then, you like seeing all those zeros. This is the wonderful thing. Once you get used to seeing all those zeros in your bank account, you don't want to. You're going to keep saving it because you don't want to see your bank account go back down to zero because you used to having 20,000, 10,000, 15,000 in the bank. Right. You know what I'm saying? And look, shout out to and this is where the smart stuff starts coming in. Shout out to Domo W. They said I use my 401k to buy my investment properties. Talk to them. Talk to him. Once you have money, let me tell y'all something. Money ain't about being cool. Money is a tool. When you have it, life becomes easier because you have more resources to move with. People trust you with more when you have money. Just because you 18 does not mean that you're going to automatically mess up your bread. It's just the fact that our families never taught us how to manage money because they were taught to fear money. So they taught us to fear money. They taught us to fear credit. But once you eliminate that, and you really start understanding this is like a video game. How many of y'all play video games and it's like you got to build up a certain amount of cash so you can go do this? Life is the same thing. Like, when y'all eliminate that cool shit and that I want to be like these niggas and I want to hang out with these niggas and I want to do this. When you eliminate all of that and you focus on yourself and on stacking bread, you can be a rapper. You can have a YouTube channel. You can have this. You can do whatever you want, but you need bread to do it. Because you need to be able to pay your bills. You need to be able to survive. You got to buy cameras. Look, Jay Hill will tell you, he's going to do a class on how much money it took him to buy all of them cameras, to buy all of them lights, to get all of the cables. Let's talk about the cables. The cables ain't cheap. Let me tell you, all these damn cables I got in the background, these motherfuckers expensive. This is expensive. It's $20, $30 a watt. And I got about 200 of them joints. Half of them I don't even use. But guess what? You need money for that, bro. So let's be real, man. And the last thing I'm going to tell y'all, and then we're going to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? The number 10 thing is an investment strategy. let me take investment out of it because people get scared because investment sounds big time. So let's just say strategy. And I spelled it wrong because I can't spell for crap. So let me hold on. I'm gonna let everybody make fun of me because my spelling is horrid. Look at that. Strategy. I don't even with that, but it's strategy. Somebody in the comments tell me how wrong I'm in and correct my spelling. So it goes back to what I was just saying earlier. That person said, I use my 401k to buy investment properties. And like, thank you, whoever you are, I appreciate that. But let me tell you something. You don't have to buy properties if that's not what you want to do. If you want to start thank you, J Hill. I appreciate you, Mr. J Hill Network. But the big point I'm making right now is you don't have to buy properties. You don't have to be a podcaster. Yo, your goal might be clothing line. Your goal might be a hot dog stand. Your goal might be starting a funeral home. It could be I want to have my own lotion brand, or I want to sell seasonings, or whatever it is. That's fine. But when you start, like, let's just say you don't know where to start. You know exactly where to start. Let's get this money first. And at 18, when you don't know which direction, when you sitting there and you're like, I'm 18, I don't know what I want to do in my life. That's great. Put that money away. Be directionless with money. How about that? How about the first thing we should focus on is you getting a job, you getting out there, and instead of wasting time floating around, hanging out with people, smoking weed and drinking, and I'm just kicking it, trying to be, once again, niggas just trying to be cool, spending your whole life trying to be cool. Fuck all that. Be a corny nigga at work. Because guess what? Every person I know that started working when we was 18, that was grinding when we was 18, every last one of them dudes that I know is worth $500,000 or more. And I got a couple of my friends. I had friends that had 2-3 jobs when we was 18. Kept working. That work ethic you never gonna go broke working. And let me tell you, the more you work, the less time you got to spend money. If you at work, what you got time to spend money on? You ain't got time. The only thing you gonna do is buy some expensive lunch every now and then. So, like, you know what I mean? That's the last thing I'm gonna say for y'all. Jay, if you wanted to add something or you wanted to change something,
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna get it out of here. We gonna get out of here. I know y'all want to get back to the gangster stuff, but
it's playoff football time.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this strategy. I think I spelled it right. I'm still wrong out here. I'm mad wrong. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, I need to take that E out between the G and the Y. All right, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's that. We got one last thing that we're going to get into, and then we out of here so that Jay can get into more important things, like being a celebrity and rocking with these famous folk. Yo, Drake, take us home, baby.
Real friends in my real life, and that's like kind of like you have to be able to separate your real life and this. I'm very proud of my real life and the character judgment that I've used throughout the years that I've spent on this earth. Nobody really that I've ever considered a true friend has switched up. But these, like, you know, these fly-by-night people that you just come across, I mean, they're all not to be trusted. I don't trust none of them. I'm not naive. I'm not out here being like, yo, it's not buddy, man. This is a war, man. Just like anything else, just like sports, just like whatever it is. If you're in accounting, we're playing for keeps, bro. It's not a joke thing to me, you know? So, yeah, I've seen people I would never expect, people I've had the utmost respect for, do foul shit. If they could have their way, I'd be on the street corner with me and all these guys in this room and my family, and we'd never to be heard from again, you know, if they had their way, but... Like I said, I'm not.
Damn, I ain't never heard Drake talking like this. I like it. Damn, that was dope. That make me want to have a conversation with Drake. I never really cared to have an interview with Drake, but that was some real shit. That's some real shit.
You talking about the highest grossing, most streamed artist of all time? The biggest artist in the game, you wouldn't want to have a conversation with him? That's crazy.
I mean, I would do it, of course. He's never been on my goal, like, list of, like, a goal. Like, he was always, like, Kanye West, Jay-Z, but, like, hearing him talk, that is real. You feel me? Like, that's some real shit. And it's like, damn, like, That's a great conversation. I almost was jealous that he was having this interview with somebody else because that's how dope that conversation. It sounded like a conversation that I would have, honestly. Like it sounded like one of my conversations, and I really like it. It was dope. I like it.
That's crazy. My question, I'm gonna ask you. I'm bringing this question to you. I'm bringing it straight to you because I need to know, how do you distinguish between real friends and business relationships? Because you have to do this every day.
How do I distinguish between real friends and business relationships?
Yeah. How do you know who's like a real homie and just an industry nigga?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't distinguish. I let time distinguish it for me. You feel me? Like if I got a relationship with somebody, we doing work, you get what I'm saying? And sometimes the energy will show you. And I know I used to joke about energy a lot, but like energy and time will always show you. For example, Alex. Right, me and Alex was on the phone the other day. We was joking and saying like, you know, a lot of niggas be spending time talking about bullshit, but most of the time when me and Alex talking, we talking about God, we talking about work, we talking about learning, and that wasn't like an overnight thing. Like when I first met Alex was just a guy that worked at WEAA. He got me on a show, and honestly, he was a guy that I probably didn't think I would hang out with. But now he's one of my closest friends, and everybody wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I talk about him all the time, but so hopefully people will know that. But like, the average person wouldn't know that because I don't know. They probably wouldn't even think I hang with him. But that's like one of my closest friends. You feel me? Like that's somebody that I need. He's just being real. Like he helped me. Even you, like, help me like just think straight sometimes when I'm having issues in real life. Talk life into me. You know what I'm saying? Like these are people that people would never know, but it came from business. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes you have business relationships where we don't hang out at all. You want to, but it's like life ain't really permit that yet. Life ain't really put us in a situation where we had to there. And even honestly, sometimes your friendships, you don't know where you land until you're in a situation where you're forced to be together, right? Like my friend Tim. Me and Tim was like, we wasn't like the closest until I moved to Lower, and then we had a lot of things that was similar that was going on, and we could relate, and we started talking a lot. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it really depends. So like when it comes to business, it's the same way. Like sometimes our life don't put us together to be in the same rooms, and sometimes we are in the same rooms to fulfill a certain purpose. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that purpose is fulfilled in a short time, sometimes it's fulfilled in a long time, and sometimes through the long time you have a real relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I never really try to force it. Like I would love to be friends with everybody, to be honest, but I understand that's just not life. So like it's people that I work with to this day that I don't really like talk to every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to talk to, and it's nothing that I don't like them. It's just we got business to do, and we getting our business done, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But there's other friends that like, God just, you know, they put you in places where, damn, I ain't even know you could. That's why I say even on that clip, like just hearing Drake say that, it's like it ain't nothing too profound, but just hearing him say it is like, damn, like sheesh, like that. I really thought that was dope.
I definitely the reason why I love the clip is because number one, it gave me a deeper understanding about Drake and how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Number two, it really brought something to bear for me. I was like, yo, this dude came from Hollywood first, and then he backtracked into the entertainment industry. And like Hollywood is way more
weird,
cut and dry. Like it's weird, but it's more gangster. Like they more like, if you hot, we gonna talk to you. You not hot, we ain't gonna say nothing to you. And the music industry is kind of that way, but music people will be friends with you and be trying to slit your throat at the same time. Whereas like right. even in Hollywood has protections for everybody because there's so many unions involved. So like if you become an actor, I could try to cut your throat, but you still gonna get residuals on the back end. You still gonna get this, you still gonna get that, because the way the unions are set up, certain things you have to get. You can't be screwed out of it. So like when you start dealing in the music industry, there is no union, there is no protection in place to make sure that you are taken care of. So like for Drake to kind of come in and be like, yo, like I know who my real friends are, I know who is here for me because they love me, and I know these goofy people that I'm dealing with every day are gonna be here today, gonna tomorrow. It really helps to understand how he got into the space that he's in. You need to be able to have, and I'm telling this ain't about Jay Hill right now, I'm talking to y'all at home. An important thing that I was blessed with at a young age is that I learned discernment, and that was being, a lot of that came from me being a big nigga my whole life. I was big forever. So first of all, most people wasn't trying to hang regardless because I didn't fit an aesthetic that could get them into a party or, you know, make all of the girls come following. So if I knew kind of from the break, if a dude wanted to hang around me, they at least was accepting of who I physically was. Now, then the next thing comes down to, are you the type of person that's accepting of my lifestyle? Now, my thing is I'm a strong-minded individual. I'm very passive with my friends, but like all of my real friends know that I'm a hard-headed person. So my whole thing is I kind of push everybody to live the way I live. So like if you're not a giving person, I don't want to be around you. If your in general concept isn't sharing, I don't want to rock with you. Because my thing is when I come around and I got some food, the first thing I'm gonna do is say, Jay, you want something to eat? Or, hey, man, I'm about to go here. You want to go? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming that you're going to do the same for me. If we homies, you're going to look out for me the same way I look out for you. The way I was raised in my family is everybody get taken care of. If you ain't got a roof, I'm going to give you a roof. If you ain't got a meal, I'm going to give you a meal. And guess what? Like, the reason why certain people I learned how to start peeping people that was only coming around because I was giving out food. But then I would notice when they got food, they ain't never offer me none. Yeah, or they would leave the room and then come back and be like, yeah, I went and got some food. Like, wow, what is that? And I wouldn't be beefing about it, but I would just be like, oh, okay. That's all right. No, okay, cool. That's interesting. Let me keep a note. And like, you know what I mean? And then sometimes that energy just be there. Like that energy of, you know, they got that sly attitude. They got little side comments, little slick stuff to say. And you be like, this ain't necessary. We homies, you shouldn't have to talk to me sideways. You should be able to talk to me straight to me, good or bad or in between. Even if like, I argue with all of my friends, but I argue with them because that's how we deal with each other. We straightforward. I'm in your face. Hey, bro, why you ain't hit me back? Or why you do this? Nigga, blah, blah, blah. We might have a disagreement, but we being straight with each other. Ain't no side talk, ain't no, you know, whatever. And I feel like as we grow from 18 to 24 to 50 to 40, we all got to start learning who is in our corner and why are you in my corner? Why are you here? Are you here just for the season? Are you here for the rest of my life? Are you comfortable with being here? Or are you only here because of this? Because I can patch you up when you feeling bad. But once you feeling good, you ain't got no time for me. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, you know what I mean? And the reason why you need that is because you need people that are going to help you when it gets rough. Because there's going to be times when you did that double over shift and now you exhausted and you tired. You might need to take a day off, but but your friend is going to tell you, man, go to sleep, bro. Take tomorrow off. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, bro, you need to be working harder. You didn't save this. We supposed to be doing this. Like, you need people that are going to be in your corner to be a support system for you, to make sure that you good. When you fall down, they're going to encourage you to do better. Yo, they're going to be there to just have a regular conversation. You know what I'm saying? Those people are going to protect you when your back is turned. You know, when you're not in the room. Like, all of those things become important as you grow. And especially when you start getting this, you start stacking this money, it starts getting crazy. Because you don't know who real and who not. And especially when you're in a room with everybody that's getting money. And it gets more complicated to figure out how did you get that money? Because you don't want your money intermixing with somebody that's going to go to jail. It costs money to go to jail. It costs money to go to court. It costs money. Yo, let me tell you, it costs money to be dirty and illegal. I tell people that all the time. It's much cheaper to just be on the legal side, take care of your stuff, and going on about your business. All of this wanting to be a street dude, street girl, hood niggas, and all that, that costs money, bro. Money that you could be spending going on to the islands. Money that you could be spending getting some butt. Money you could be spending going on vacation. Money you could be spending on investing and building your life up. Get you a job. Let's not do the street. So with that being said, that's my whole thing for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
My God, we out, man. Yo. It's a wrap. We out.
All right, man. We check out next. What? We coming back Thursday?
Thursday, yes, sir.
Alrighty then, y'all, man. Yo, drop in the comments. We love y'all. Peace.